Oh my gosh, cutie patooties, you will never guess what I did. Now, don't let the brand new bullet journal sitting in front of you give anything away, but I decided to start another journal. I know you had no idea. You couldn't see it coming. Absolutely out of left field. Completely unexpected. Anyway, uh, hey, hi, friends. So here's what we're doing. In the middle of the night, I decided to get out some pens and pencils and set up a new journal for myself. Not as a bullet journal, as my regular everyday bullet journal that you have seen in my monthly setup videos, but as a research journal. Now, what the heck is that, you might ask? It's a reading journal. Okay, it's just a reading journal like all the other book talk girlies that you've been seeing around, but it has a very specific use in that it is specifically for the books that I'm reading, for the research that I'm doing on my one woman show slash book slash interpretive dance memoir. Who knows what format it will take? And I have actually been playing with this idea for a while. I've been watching a ton of the Bujo YouTuber faves, and how they set up their reading journals and how they use them. And there are a lot of things about a typical reading journal that don't work for what I'm trying to do, but there's a few that definitely do. So, if you're curious, stick around and let me show you what I've done so far. Now, I've decided to do this because in putting together a solo performance piece, this is for stage performance, by the way. I am a theater girly, if you could not tell. And yes, that does make everything else make sense about why I'm annoying and tell bad jokes. You're welcome for solving the mystery for you. So, as a theater artist, and I have created my own shows before and written plays. So I'm familiar with kind of my own process of how I want to do this. I typically have certain research pieces of literature that I go through and I'll highlight and I'll annotate and I'll do all the things, but I don't necessarily always have a great place to collate all of that information, the stuff that I want to reference or that I want to look back on, or my favorite quotes, or whatever it might be. I'm usually just carrying around the stack of books, and then flipping through them to find the highlighted pieces with my circles and underlines and little like notes in the margins. And this is why we are going through with an actual journal this time to be that collating place. Anywho, I'll talk about my research in a bit once I stop ignoring what's actually on the screen in front of you. So, hey, we decided to do some art by way of finding it on the internet, turning it into a sticker, printing it out, and then pasting it in here. Isn't this gorgeous, though? This like reader tarot card? It is actually a file for patch embroidery, like the kind that you can like sew on your jean jacket and be so cool. Uh, yeah, it's I got it from Falcon Embroidery, and it's a file that you would use with an embroidery machine so that you can actually like do like have the design and like print it out. And by print, I mean stitch. So, you get it. Anywho, moving forward. Oh, look, my friends. uh, I heard your cries. You were missing my font, my singular font. Here you go. It is a little sped up, but you know, you can watch me write the word books in that one font that I have, my tried and true trusty I don't even actually know what to call this, like kind of swoopy but fancy block letter font. So I in setting this up knew that I didn't want to put a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not treating this journal like the kinds of reading journals that I've seen a lot of videos on, where I've got like book brackets and stats and pie charts and all kinds of things in the front to sort of like look at the picture of a year. And there's nothing wrong with that, of course, but that's not what I'm looking for my use cases. So I really just wanted to give myself kind of like a title page that could look cute. And this is the part where my camera stopped recording and you missed out on me doing the rest of that lettering, but like I think you get it. I think you understand. And so, using this quote, books are a uniquely portable magic, a famous line from Stephen King. Using this next to the printout of this embroidery card, the tarot card of the reader, is kind of all we're doing. And most of the work was done for us by the people at the embroidery place and by Stephen King, who said the thing. And then I just kind of wrote over it. So, reminder, if you have not seen one of my journaling videos before, I live with chronic pain and chronic illness. As you can see, my hands were really hurting on this day. And by day, I mean night, because this was definitely in the middle of the night that I decided that this needed to happen right now. And I couldn't wait. So, I'm already tired, fatigued from the day. And my joints were just like, could we not? And I was like, but I want to. So they responded with, okay, well, we're gonna like seize up and we will tell you when you're done doing what you're doing. So I took a gel pen and colored in the moon and a couple of accents on the card. But that's pretty much like the extent of the artistry that I did here. And that is good and okay because, my dear friends, even though I am an artist and I do draw and paint occasionally, I, I need engaging with something on a daily basis, such as journaling, to be an accessible task. Otherwise, I will never want to do it, okay? Those of you who know this struggle, if you know, you know. When you only have so much energy, so many spoons, as it were, look up spoon theory if you've never heard of it. This is the part where you kind of have to figure out, okay, I need to conserve. And even though I super love this creative, artistic pursuit, it hurts my body if I do it for too long or if I am too intense with it or whatever it is. And it's okay to work with yourself instead of working against. So, could I have come up with my own tarot card design and spent hours figuring out exactly what I wanted it to look like and use like rulers and stencils to make it beautiful? Yeah, but then my hands would have been even more dead than they already are, and also I might not have made this video because, again, it needs to be accessible. It needs to be easy. It needs to be something that I can jump in and find joy in rather than stress and tension and pain. So, I do plan to add more gold to this spread at a later date, but my hands told me that they were done, and this is the part where we have to listen to our hands, kids. So, moral of the story, when your body speaks, listen. All right. And then we have our first book. See, I told you, we're not doing some kind of fancy, high level, multiple spread. The rest of this is blank, and we are starting with our first book. So, I am researching for my solo performance piece that I told you about, and surprise, surprise, it is going to center on my own experiences with being an artist and having to grapple with losing the ability to make as much art as I want to because of my disability and living with chronic pain and how that's affected me. So I'm diving into research that speaks to those topics. I am starting with The Undying by Anne Boyer and moving on to It's Not Hysteria after that. Then we've got The Pain Gap. Then Unwell Women. You might be noticing a theme. Ask Me About My Uterus. Just what a perfect title, right? When the Body Says No, exploring the stress disease connection, followed by Disability Visibility by Alice Wong, gorgeous, and Invisible Women. And these are only a few of the books that I have. I have more on my bookshelf, okay? There's a lot, they're heavy, and I didn't want to carry them all over here. But I did want to show you what's kind of on the short list of things I'm reading next after I finish The Undying. And I'm having a great time. It's really fun. So I just took the image of the book offline, kind of made in Canva a little like 5-star scale thing, and then like added a space for genre and themes at the bottom, and that's kind of all that I'm tracking, uh, because what really matters is sort of how the research itself speaks to me, and I may or may not be writing a ton, so I'm kind of treating it like daily logs in a bullet journal where I don't write anything until I have finished kind of going through with this. I'm not pre planning any pages. And that's it for my reading research journal. I'm really excited about it, hence me having to get up in the middle of the night and film it and talk to you about it. So I hope this was interesting for you, if nothing else, and highly recommend the books on my TBR if you are interested in gender and pain and those connections. And I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you cuties later. Bye.